Okay, Steve, I think here is the solution we've been looking for your school term plans for the different parts of the curriculum. Here I've got the Key Stage 1 Autumn 1 Our Local Area plan, and this is your Google document with your different text boxes in each year, and obviously these are the text boxes which keep moving when we view them inside a web browser. And sitting just here behind the window, just behind here, is my test document, again for your autumn Key Stage 1 local area. What I've done here is, rather than using the text boxes in your original document, I've gone in and I've chosen insert a table, and I've inserted a table that's 3 cells, 3 columns by 2 rows. So we've got 3 columns here, 2 rows down, and inside each of these areas I have inserted another single column, single row table. So let me just show you how I've gone about this. Here's the art block that you've got in your original document. So if I went into this table cell here and I went insert table, inserted a 1 by 1, and then I simply typed, what have you got? You've got art and then as artists, so art, return and left align as artists. We will respond to ideas and starting points. We will respond to ideas and starting points. Double click and just embolden that. Okay, so what I can do is I can put a border around each of these areas here. So I can go to, I'm inside literally a table. Okay, this is a table in its own right. I can go to table and table properties, and I can change it to a color and give it a 2.25 border, and that gives that a nice color there. Again, the same with this one. Go to table and go to table properties and the color and 2.25. okay, that gives me a nice color there. We've got an actual color for this table here. So again, I'm going to highlight the text, put it into bold, and I'm going to go to table properties, and I'm going to increase the size of that border, and the cell background I'm going to give an orangey color. That helps me reproduce what you've done here. And then to get rid of this outer table, I click outside one of these blocks, doesn't matter where, and I simply go back to table, and now I'm dealing with the whole big table that all these other small tables are sitting in, and I give it a border of 0. I click OK, and off it all goes. And you can see then that this all appears as if they are blocks in their own right, whereas they're small single cell tables, 1 row by 1 column tables, inside a table that was 3 columns by 2 rows. So let me just reproduce this bottom bit here. These, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So underneath this one here, I'm going to do a table that is 6 columns and 1 single row, and the first area is history. So again, inside this first table cell, I'm going to insert a table that is 1 by 1, and I'm going to put history, and hit enter, and I'm going to do left align as historians. We will compare our local area then and now. We will think about what our local area may look like in the future. Okay, so again, double click, Control B to embolden that, and then we can go to, because we're inside this mini table here, table properties, change the color to red and 2.25, and there's our next one just there. And I can go all the way across into the same, and then when I've finished doing each individual one, again just click outside of it, go to table and the big table properties, and put that down to 0 as well. And that will, if I clicked OK, I'm not going to, but that would make all these table rows disappear as well. So to actually see what that looks like, I've got, if I minimize that out of the way, I've got behind here, no, not that one, here I've got what this test one that I'm now building looks like inside a browser window. And as you can see, it looks pretty good, and as I move, you can see the thing still maintains its shape even though it will elongate. So if someone does try and change the shape of the window that it's in, it will still maintain its basic shape even if it does go a bit longer. Now again, what we could do is we could slightly decrease the size of the text here as well. And that would give us that little bit more bit of maneuver. At this moment in time, it's set to size 11, and I think that if we put this down at least to size 10, that would actually help a little. You might even be able to go as low as size 9. But 10 might just give you that little bit more leeway as well. I'll leave that as the current size, actually as size 11, because it makes it look a little bit more like a title. Again, you could go down to size 9, you could even go down to size 8 potentially. Obviously it's going to take 5 minutes for that to filter through to this, because Google Docs only updates every 5 minutes anyway. But your original document, if I can bring it back up again, did have quite small text in places. So I think that would be the best thing to do, would be to construct them inside tables. So again, underneath this table here, we have another row of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would insert a table which is 4 columns by 1 row, and the first one is creativity driver. So again, inside this cell, insert another table, call it creativity driver, a couple of returns. We will create a variety of maps depicting our local area, and we'll use the workshop to portray key aspects. So again, what I can need to do is, whilst I'm inside this little table properties, put it up to 2.25, put it up to red, and click OK. And then hopefully, once I've completed all those 4, I can then just again go into the main table area itself anywhere. Table properties, table border 0, and that just wipes all that out. And when you want to come back and rechange it again, or edit it in any way, if you want to bring back that table, just go to back table properties, put it back to 0.5, and there it is again. Okay, let's see if any of that's come through to the actual live feed. If I just refresh that page, there you go, smaller text already, and second one's already down there. And again, that smaller text fits quite nicely. So that, I believe, is the way forward. So that now obviously if you, rather than typing all this out again, if you once you're in this area, if you're able to bring up the original Word document or whatever you had in the actual whatever you had the text in, obviously inside Microsoft Word you can right mouse click and copy, and then you can bring back up your file here and just use the Control V. Obviously what you'd do is you'd insert your table first and then just paste in. That would be the quickest thing to do in order to actually get your documents back up and running again. Okay, so that's what I think is the best way forward. If you have any questions, then just let me know. But I think that will set you up to have a whole series of very quickly changeable documents that you can have at your fingertips and allow you to work online live on your long-term plans. Okay, cheers for now.